Hi everyone, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Elony'a. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and I'm also a master Reiki practitioner and teacher. So today I'm going to dive more into the topic of hypnosis. I want to talk specifically about shifting our beliefs within the subconscious mind and how hypnosis plays a powerful role in this process. Now, before we dive in, I want to clear up a few misconceptions about hypnosis. For starters, hypnosis is nothing like what we are being shown in the movies. Movies are often portraying hypnosis as some form of mind control or tricking of the mind, and this is where a person is losing control of their thoughts, of their actions, and I just want to reassure you that that is not how it works in real life. Hypnotherapy is very different from stage hypnosis, which is used purely for entertainment. But when you're working with a certified hypnotherapist, the goal is not to perform, such as doing stage hypnosis, but it's to help you create real, lasting changes within your subconscious mind for personal growth and self-improvement. Now, in hypnotherapy, the goal is to transform those beliefs that we've been holding on to, either consciously or unconsciously. And your hypnotherapist can't control your mind, but they can guide you into a relaxed hypnotic state where you get to create the changes that you've been desiring within your subconscious mind. And this is where all of our deep beliefs and emotional patterns live, based on our past experiences and our memories. Now, a question that I'm commonly asked is, how many sessions is it going to take to get over this or that? And I just want to be the one to remind you that hypnosis and hypnotherapy are not a quick fix. It's not a snap of the fingers kind of thing, although you may hear me snapping while you're in a hypnotic state. Anyways, it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes practice to work through these memories, these emotions, and these long-held belief systems. It all depends on how deeply rooted some of these issues are within your mind. But what hypnosis does do is it helps to bypass our logical, conscious mind. And this is the part of our mind that we're using most frequently on a daily basis. So while we bypass our conscious, logical thinking mind, we create direct access to our subconscious mind. And this is where our programming lives, our beliefs, our memories, our emotions, our patterns, all within the subconscious mind. This is where we want to make the changes. So consciously, we may be thinking, yeah, I want to change this, I want to do this, but subconsciously, our beliefs around that topic have to match what we're consciously thinking. And so, our subconscious mind is the key to changing how we feel about certain things, especially those experiences that we've had in the past that may be shaping something negatively or something more neutral. As a hypnotherapist, my role is to help you to shift those old beliefs into ones that support your current desires and your goals. And we're doing this not only through hypnotic techniques, but also through motivational interviewing. Both of these techniques play hand in hand to truly make the experience work for the clients. During motivational interviewing, this is where we're able to gauge how clients are truly feeling about the topic or the issues that they're looking to overcome. And then during hypnosis, we're able to access the subconscious mind where this is being stored, how we truly feel, and make those changes or those shifts, whether it's something subtle or something major. And in most instances, during hypnosis or during those open conversations, such as motivational interviewing, the root cause of what we're working on naturally flows and surfaces. And this is where the real transformation begins. It starts with awareness of where it's stemming from, the root cause, so that we can pinpoint what we're actually dealing with and get to the root of it, uncovering what it means to you. A lot of clients like to ask what to expect during a hypnosis session. And as a hypnotherapist, you may see us stop for a second or instantly reply that we don't know. So typically during the first session, it's kind of routine. It may be the same thing, but still a little different depending on the client and depending on what we're working on. But there are a few steps during that first session that we do for every single client. And then after that, all the sessions to follow, we're not sure what's going to come up. We don't know. It depends on what we're working on, how you feel about the topic, and the work we need to put in. And this just goes to show that each client is unique. So every hypnotherapy session must be tailored specifically to each individual's thoughts, emotions, and experiences. And this brings me back to the fact that a hypnotherapist cannot take advantage of someone in a hypnotic state. We are providing you hypnotic suggestions, but your mind will automatically reject any suggestion that does not align with what you consciously want or believe. So while the subconscious mind is where our beliefs are held, consciously is where we think about what we want or what we know. So that is why our hypnotic suggestions have to be tailored to matching how you are consciously feeling to get into the subconscious mind. And this is why word choice is so important during the motivational interviewing, so that when your hypnotherapist is providing those suggestions, they are customized to your personal goals, your emotions, and the way you feel about something. And that is where it aligns with the conscious and it is accepted within the subconscious mind. And this is where real changes begin to happen. Now I'm going to provide a quick example just to go more in depth about explaining how hypnotic suggestions work and why they're so important for each and every client to be person-centered, to be tailored to exactly what you're working on, how you feel about the matter. Let's just say a client comes in and they want to work on their fear of flying on a plane. Maybe they've had a previous bad experience, or they just feel some kind of overwhelming sense of anxiety, fear, or dizziness when they're thinking about being on the plane or when they're actually on the plane. And you see, I use specific word choice because in motivational interviewing, I'm going to ask the client how they feel, whether that's thinking about the plane or being on the plane. And just in this example, the client says they feel an overwhelming sense of anxiety, fear, and dizziness. So I'm going to take note of that, and we're going to use that in hypnotic suggestions in the hypnotic state. And before we move into the hypnotic portion of the session, I'm also going to gauge how the client desires to feel instead. So instead of feeling anxious, fearful, dizzy, maybe they suggest they want to feel calm. They want to feel relaxation, both in the mind and in the body, and at ease during the flight. So I'm going to take note of that as well and tailor specific hypnotic suggestions to those specific words that they use, because that is their desired outcome versus their previous experience. So during the hypnotic state, I'm using those exact words like I previously suggested: calm, relaxed in the mind and in the body, and feeling at ease. And then maybe I'll use something like visualizations and progressive relaxation techniques to shift the emotional response to thinking about the plane or to being on the plane. So the ultimate goal is to change their belief and their feelings around flying and turn it into a more tolerable or desirable experience. And ultimately, we want the client to feel the change. So this process is not about pretending or trying to force a new belief, but it's about allowing the client to actually experience what they desire instead of what their previous experience was. So like I said, maybe I'll use a visualization technique where the client will be in a hypnotic state and they will be visualizing, imagining, or getting a sense of themselves flying on a plane. And in most instances, they are likely going to feel that discomfort at first, and that's completely okay. If needed, this is where I step in to remind the client it's okay, you are safe. If there's something that you cannot tolerate or you can't do this anymore, we will bring you up and out of that hypnotic state. But I have to remind the client that discomfort is normal at first because that is where they're currently at, and we have to shift them out of that to the more desired outcome. But that's just a reminder that the process is actually working if you're starting out in that discomfort. And through the process, both the body and the mind will begin to adjust. And over time, sometimes through multiple sessions, multiple instances of undergoing that same visualization. It's a technique of exposure therapy, that new sense of calm, relaxation, and ease that the client previously suggested that they want will become the new normal. Now, all of this goes to show that hypnosis is not magic. It is not an instant fix. There are times where maybe it is a quick shift that the client needs. And like I said before, it all depends on the specific client, on their experience, and how deeply rooted whatever they're trying to shift actually is within their belief systems, within their memories, within their subconscious mind. And to be honest, it is more often than not, the transformation will take multiple sessions to really settle in whatever the client is trying to change or fix. But with repetition, the subconscious beliefs and the conscious mind then begin to align. And this is where the results begin to stick. That alignment between our conscious, logical thoughts and our subconscious beliefs, our memories, our experiences. So, shifting beliefs in our subconscious mind is truly about rewriting the story that we've been telling to ourselves. And hypnosis is just used as the bridge to help us get there. Working with a hypnotherapist or hypnotist is truly a journey that requires patience. It requires you to bring about a certain level of awareness and personal power. Remembering that your hypnotherapist is not doing the job for you, they are not healing you, but they are helping to guide you towards your own healing. The power is within you. It's all within your mind. You just have someone there helping to guide you through. And just remember that every shift that you make brings you closer and closer to the reality that you desire. So don't give up. Allow the process to unfold naturally, not through force, but through flow. It may work for some, it may not work for others. It all depends on you and the presenting issues that you and your hypnotherapist will be working on. Now, if you have any questions about hypnosis or hypnotherapy, or if you'd like to book a session, you can visit my website at DivineMindsCCHt.com. You can always schedule a free consultation and I can answer any of your questions there, or you can find me on social media at DivineMindsCCHt. I am so happy to discuss hypnosis and hypnotherapy. It is truly my passion. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you.